This message is for all of those that may be in an abusive relationship. If you are in a relationship, if it's a spouse, wife, significant other, male or female, girlfriend, boyfriend, or even if it's a family member, more intimately, a mom, a dad, or an aunt, uncle, grandparent, and they are abusing you physically, emotionally, financially, you don't deserve to go through that. So what's the answer? Get out. That's the answer. Get out of the situation. Remove yourself from the situation. You need to find an exit strategy, an exit plan. Now, over the years, as I've talked to people who have had similar situations, you know what they tell me? Teacher, it's easy to say, but it's difficult to do. Do you not know that difficult and impossible are two different things? It's difficult to do, but it's not impossible. It's difficult to lose weight for many, but it's not impossible to lose weight. It's difficult to become a millionaire, yet it's not impossible to become a millionaire. So don't use that as an excuse. It's difficult, or you don't know my situation. I don't necessarily want to know your situation, but I'm speaking in general about a specific thing. So if you are emotionally being abused, as I said, you don't deserve it. Talk to the individual that's doing it. Sit down, have a conversation with the individual as I'm speaking to you now in this sort of tone, and you let them know. If you don't have the confidence, that's another issue. Self-esteem, maybe. Self-worth. Sit and look them in the eye, and if you can't immediately do it, you tell them, I want to sit down with you on such and such a date and talk with you about something. They ask you what it is, I'll let you know on that date. And you sit down and you have an uninterrupted discussion with them about how you feel emotionally, how they're treating you, and be sincere. Don't give them an out. Don't let it turn into an argument from your side, even if it causes them to become incensed and want to even further verbally abuse you, maybe, or even physically. Just speak in calm tones, breathe as you're talking to them, and be serious. You have to decide that you don't want to be victimized any longer if you want to have a positive result. If that other individual does not listen to you, and I can't tell you how many times you should have a conversation and keep telling these people the same thing, only you know. As it relates to physical abuse, you could potentially end up dead. So you never know what's going to trigger that individual who has those violent tendencies, such as a husband or boyfriend, spouse. I know oftentimes economics plays into the abuse, relationship issues. Maybe someone is cheated within the relationship, and that might play into it. It could be one person has lost their job and they're irritated, agitated, or angry at the world because they can't find gainful employment, or whatever the case is. It doesn't matter. You, who are the person on the receiving end, do not deserve for someone to beat you up emotionally and physically, because we all have one shot at this thing called life, and we're supposed to make the best out of it. We are supposed to pursue our dreams and be as happy as we possibly can within the power of our own hand. Okay? No other individual should dictate within your relationship your destruction and your happiness. If you're not happy, and if you're legitimately, genuinely not happy, you need to sit down and assess, why is it that I'm not happy, and do something about it. You would be surprised how far you can go when you take the first step. I can't tell you, well, in this particular situation, do X, Y, Z. I can't tell you that. Only you can make that decision, because everyone that's listening to me that may have this situation going on, their situations might be different from person to person, even though fundamentally it might be the same, but they might be different in some fashion. So you cannot give a specific answer to everyone, because the situation might be a little different than the other person's. You follow? So again, you 20-something years old, 30-something years old, 40-something years old, or even older, and you're being abused by your family member. It could be your mom. You might feel like, well, I can't move out the house because I don't have a place to go. Get a job. Learn financial responsibility. Become financially independent. Stop allowing other people to pull your strings and make you dance to their music. It's your life, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not specifically talking to women. I'm talking to men and women, because both are being abused in our world every day, in our society, to include children. I'm not telling the children to leave your family. I'm not advocating that you do that. If you are a child watching this, let's say 16, 17, 18 years old, I'm not telling you to leave your home. I'm telling you to seek help. Oftentimes you don't find it in these institutions. Sometimes you have to talk to someone that's close to you, a good friend or a pastor maybe. And I'm a little reluctant about some churches, but talk to a pastor, someone that you can confide in, and use your common sense. Use critical thinking when you make decisions. Don't just jump on it because you're going through some emotional thing. Okay? You deserve to have the best in your life, whatever the best is measured by. Some of us will never be rich. Some of us will never be reaching how should I say $100,000 or more a year in salary. Some people will stick to $40,000, $50,000 a year. Some maybe even on the poverty level. But wherever you are, be happy where you are as much as you possibly can. But understand this: you control it, and only you. And if you're controlling your success, if you are controlling your success, you're also controlling the abuse. So stop letting people abuse you and move on. This is Brother Teacher. If you have any questions, comment section. I love you. So long.